After the full-scale nuclear war broke out, almost all the cities turned into ghost towns due to nuclear radiation. In order to avoid the nuclear dust that filled the air, Marg secluded herself in a valley surrounded by mountains. Every weekend she would go down to the town below to gather supplies. The first thing she would do upon returning home was to vigorously scrub her body with a brush. At the same time, Marg would set traps on the nearby mountains to catch small animals. One day, while taking her dog up the mountain to check the traps, Marg noticed that one of the traps had some bloodstains but no sign of any animals. She then asked the dog to track the scent to find the prey. Following the dog's lead, Marg unexpectedly discovered a man in a protective suit, pulling a cart along a mountain path. After a while, the man suddenly stopped. Using a detector to measure the radiation in the area, he confirmed that there was no danger. He then unfastened his protective suit to get some fresh air. Soon after, the man appeared to have noticed something and dashed down the hillside. Sensing something was wrong, Marg hurried after him and found that he had indeed entered a pond to wash himself. She immediately told him that the spring water here came from outside the valley and had been contaminated by nuclear radiation. By the time the man got out of the pond, it was too late. Under the influence of radiation, he began to vomit uncontrollably. Seeing his condition worsen, kind-hearted Marg helped him back to her home. She first carefully washed off any potential nuclear residue from his body, then took him to her bedroom and immediately injected him with anti-radiation medicine. Before long, under Marg's meticulous care, the man named Watt began to recover day by day. Watt was an engineer who had been hiding in a government-built bunker. Due to the lack of sunlight and the cramped, oppressive space, the people in the bunker began to suffer from mental issues, which eventually led to chaos. That was why Watt had chosen to leave. As the valley was surrounded by mountains, with a unique geographical climate, the contaminated air carrying nuclear dust from the outside could not reach this place. Marg hoped that he would stay with her, as she had been living alone in the mountains since the outbreak of the nuclear war, and the loneliness had become unbearable. With nowhere else to go, Watt had no reason to leave either. So in the following days they worked together in the valley, growing crops, and when they had free time they would camp by the nearby stream.